said, I got clean in '87, and you know, the band I was in, Joan Jett and the Blackhearts, right? I Love Rock and Roll. That was a guitar player. And we were inducted into the Rock Hall back in 2015. That was kind of cool, right? Kid from the Bronx. And we did a, you know, if you ever watched the Rock Hall party there on HBO, if you watch at the end, there's a big jam session. I got to jam with McCartney and Ringo and all kinds of cool people. Stevie Wonder. But I tell you, there were 30 people on that stage, and there were easily more than a half a dozen people in recovery, which is really cool for me, too. People I grew up listening to, you know, and now we're all in the same club, so that was kind of cool. The way I got clean, you know, I Love Rock and Roll came out in '82, and I had a lot of near misses in an 18-year career of drinking and drugging, you know, a couple of near misses. In '83, which I fondly call my Richard Pryor period. If you're too young, you can Google that. I burnt a hole in my lung. Long story. And my lung collapsed on stage. But you would think that would be enough for me to stop, but no, I didn't stop until '87. And the way I linked into this wonderful community of recovery was, me and my wife went to a wedding in August of '87, and they put us at a table with friends, of course, and we were sitting next to somebody that I used to run with. And I leaned into her, and I whispered those two words that were my favorite words back then, which were, "You hold it." And she went, "No, I'm in recovery. I go to these meetings," and she's, you know, and she starts gabbing as we do, right? And I just looked at her and I said, "Good for you." And I looked around the room to see if there was anybody else. But, you know, she planted a seed, man. You know, and she kept talking. She talked for a half an hour about recovery, and after the first sentence, all I heard was wah, 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 wah. You know, but she planted a seed, and that was in August. And September 25th, at about 2 in the morning, I was standing in front of the mirror. I was 128 pounds. My nose was bleeding. My heart was beating out of my chest. I had gone through every liquor in the house, starting with Jack Daniels and making my way down to anything that I could find. I'd gone through the medicine cabinet and I found any kind of, you know, decongestant, anything to slow my heart rate, anything. And I just looked in the mirror and I said, "You're going to die. This is it. You're hitting the wall. This is it. You always wanted to look like Keith Richards, and now you look like Keith Richards." And I picked up the phone. And I called Jill T. And I said to her, she laughs about it now, I said, "Jill, I'm coming in like I'm a spy." And she said, "Can you make it till 4 o'clock the next tomorrow?" And I said, "Yeah." And I met her on the Upper East Side. I went to a DA meeting with her. I don't even think they exist anymore, Drugs Anonymous. And I raised my hand, you know, as we do, and that was it. You know, I was done, over, done. But I had to do the work. You know, it works if you work it. There's a big sign on every meeting wall. It works if you work it. And I still go to meetings today. So there you go. That's how it works, man. And we're there to help you. If you're struggling, that's what we do. We will help you. Because we've been there. Talking about Keith Richards, is it not ironic that Mick Jagger, who's a health nut, has heart surgery and Keith is okay? What is that? Completely throws